else can I help? That's what I want to do. I mean, I'm happy to answer questions about SEO all day long, but I want also to be helpful.
Yeah. I know you had said on Twitter that you're going to be looking at it, but Yoast.
I mean, I'm watching it. You were the first to ask me. Someone else asked me about it too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just keeping my eye on. I'm not about to pull out of Yoast, but I'd suggest in the next 6 months to a year, we're going to start seeing the implications of that because they're going to want to recoup the cost of purchasing it.
That's kind of what I would expect as well. So, you know, I know there are several different, and Lavanya, do you know what we're talking about?
Yeah, I'm familiar with Yoast.
Oh, okay. Well, the fact that they were bought by, is it EIG? Is that what it is, David?
Some big company bought them.
Not EIG, or maybe it was.
I don't think it's EIG, but a bigger. I've never heard of the company before. But
well, that was a company that bought something else. I want to say, because now I don't know. They were bought by a big conglomerate that owns a ton of what do you call them? A lot of hosting companies, and they're ones that kind of, once that happens, a lot of stuff goes on, and a lot of developers don't really like to stay with them. So so that's kind of the thing. It's like, okay, so what's happening now with that? So, you know, and it's Newfold Digital is who bought them, Newfold Digital.
Oh.
And they okay, here it is. They bought EIG. So it is EIG, but it's everybody in the industry says EIG, but evidently Newfold Digital is who now owns all that. So it's kind of like you know, all those different things. So I'm just kind of a little bit, you know, concerned about where that's going to go. And I don't know right now. I know a lot of people have some other different things that they like, and a lot of people actually have in recent years moved away from Yoast. I haven't. I know you're still, you like Yoast as well.
Well, theoretically, Yoast is open source software, so we could go to we can fork it off GitHub and create our own and maintain it. And you know, that's kind of the smart. If I knew how to use GitHub, that's what I would do. Like I would.
So it's going to be the Curious Ants SEO plugin.
That's exactly what I could legally do that.
Yeah.
And it just basically cut out all the fluff and keep it. But the maintaining of it would be a challenge, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They have a whole staff doing it, and I wouldn't want to have to mess with that. But all things must change, right? The plugins I'm using now are not the plugins I've used 5 years ago, and definitely not 10 years ago.
The thing that I think that concerns me the most is if I have to do a change, like people were saying, like certain ones will pull over your info, will migrate it. And so you've got to either have a way to migrate like all your meta and your title tag, all that stuff. So,
well, you know, if it starts getting bad, it's going to be someone's financial interest to build that migration tool.
Yeah. Well, and I think some of the current plugins have something built in. Oh, switch from whatever you're using.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I like Yoast, and I hope it maintains its quality and has all the other features that I really like about it, because it basically it prevents me from having to add several other plugins.
Yes, which
to do what I like best about it. But
and
we'll see.
That's one thing that, you know, I use the free version. I think you know, that's what I use. So I don't know that, you know, hopefully it'll remain that way. And of course, you never know that, like you said, they'll probably try to recoup their costs.
No, yeah, they're in business to make money.
Yeah.
Why would they not? Like,
and I've not really had to reach out to Yoast. So as far as support, I'm like, you know, sometimes sometimes when they get big like that, their support goes down, and so I haven't had to reach out to Yoast. So, but maybe hopefully it stays that way. So I won't have to.
But, it'd be really interesting to see what they bought it for, right? Because one of the things Yoast has developed is kind of this library of SEO and SEO coaching and SEO services. And a lot, like my last agency that I worked for was purchased by a web development company for the explicit purpose of having to be able to, for the explicit purpose of being able to offer SEO. And because web dev, it's project-based and you just don't have this consistency.
Yeah.
But with SEO, you're paying by the month and subscriptions, and it could be that they bought it for that.
Yeah.
And the plugin is kind of secondary. I bet you most of Yoast's income is not plugins and stuff like that.
Yeah, I would think so.
So, it very well could be that they saw the value of that. And so as a web hosting company, you want to offer SEO, great. Integrate it with your web hosting and you get Yoast for free or something like that.
Yeah.
That would be a great way to keep your web host customer. There's all kinds of really good things you could do if you own Yoast.
Yeah.
And frankly, when you buy a company, there's usually some rules about founders sticking around for a while. So I imagine Yoast and his wife are probably still heavily involved.
Yeah.
At least for a year or so. So that's why it'll be a year or more before we really start to see something sour.
Yeah.
But we can try out if you wanted to try out another plugin, it won't hurt my feelings. It's fine. There's lots of other good plugins.
I'm waiting for you to tell me when you're trying something else and see what you come up with.
Oh yeah, I have to experiment. I have so few clients on WordPress.
Do what now?
I have so few clients on WordPress. I'm on WordPress. A couple of my clients are WordPress. My biggest clients are not.
So what do they?
One of them is a terrible system, and one of them has an entire engineering team.
I was wondering if they were kind of like all like him. Yeah, like
it's
big.
That's a different beast.
Yeah,
we've basically had to build Yoast in their engineering system.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh wow.
So, but that's great. Like they did it. And another, we hacked the crap out of some CMS to make it basically SEO friendly.
Yeah.
But that's what the developer knows, so it's better.
Oh wow. Okay, so I didn't realize that.
My websites are WordPress.
Yeah.